Hey lovies, thank you so much for tuning back into my channel. So in today's commentary video, I'm going to be sharing with you a couple of TikTok videos. But the first video I'm going to show you is of a beautiful black woman that went viral on TikTok for expressing the way she feels about her natural hair. How she doesn't feel attractive, she doesn't feel feminine, and she just doesn't feel beautiful when she wear her hair. She resorts to wearing wigs, weaves, braids, and all kinds of other hair textures that mimic other race texture of hair instead of her own natural hair. Now, I don't want to give it away too much, so I'm going to go ahead and go into the first video, and then I'll pop back in and give some more of my commentary. Okay.
I do not look feminine with natural hair. Some women have the confidence, they have the beauty to be able to pull off a short natural. I do not. And I think most black women do not. They do not. And for a lot of, I know me, I feel prettier with wigs or straight hair. I feel prettier. I feel more feminine with hair, wearing hair that mimics another race of people. And I know that's a shame. And I know that's some internalized self-hate. But listen, my eyes aren't fooling me. I don't look, okay? I don't look that good.
Who out there remembers this video that I made?
Can you take or leave that wig? If the wig was not an option, are you all right?
I got quite a bit of backlash from that video, and I kind of expected it. I feel like it's a conversation that not everybody's ready to have, but I just wanted to highlight the reason behind it. That video at the beginning is why. That's why I made that video. Whilst a number of black influencers, which honestly I expected to happen, are taking that video and like little sound bites and clips and creating a trend whereby they can show that a natural fact, you're wrong sis, black hair can grow, which I actually think is very positive. I'm sat up over here worried about that lady and the other ladies like that lady who agree with that sentiment, and trust and believe there are a lot more than I think many of us realise. I wouldn't have made that video in the first place if there weren't. I know it's going to be a little bit hard for some people to give that lady sympathy because, let's be honest, the delivery was a little questionable. It was taking your pain and the way you feel in your natural hair and saying, hey, I think I look ugly with my afro, and to be fair, so do you lot. It's not the way, is it? I get it. If you look past that, if you can, there's a lot of hurt there. And I just don't think all of that pain is her cross to bear alone. I don't know. What do you think?
First, I want to start off by saying that I hear her and I understand her pain. The woman in the beginning that stated that she doesn't feel beautiful, she doesn't feel pretty when she wear her own hair. And I would say that that is true for a lot of people. I also feel like she is hurting. It comes from a deeper place of hurt. Because growing up as a black woman, sometimes we grow up internalizing beauty standards, right? Where we're told that straight hair, loose hair, long hair is more beautiful than kinky, curly hair, right? And whether you hear that from people on social media, family, friends, you hear it in school, you're being bullied because your hair is a certain texture, it begins to stick with you over time, right? And it's not just her opinion, but it's just a reflection of years and years of her being conditioned and her being hurt. I do feel like there are a lot of women out there that feel the way she feels. But in that video, in my opinion, I do feel like she's projecting when she says, I don't feel pretty, I don't feel feminine when I wear my natural hair. And you do too. You can't say that all people feel that way. All people don't feel that way. Yes, there is a lot of people who probably feel like when they wear their natural hair, they don't feel pretty, they don't feel attractive, they don't feel feminine. But you have women who wear wigs and weaves and sew-ins and, all these different things. And they have beautiful full head of natural hair. And they wear it because it's self-expression. It's fun. They're not wearing it because it's negative self-image of themselves. You understand? So because she feels that way, she shouldn't say that everybody else feels that way. Because I like to wear wigs. I like to wear weaves. I like to wear sew-ins and things like that. And I love my natural hair. And I rock my natural hair boldly. And I don't feel negative about my natural hair. I feel very attractive. I feel very pretty. I feel very beautiful. And that's not to take away from the way she feels. about her wearing her natural hair, but she can't say everybody. She can't just generalize it and say everybody feels that way. Okay. And the mass majority of African American women, in my opinion, they do resort to wearing wigs, weaves, lace fronts, braids, and all of that. And because there's a mass majority of women who rely on these wigs and rely on these weaves for whatever reason, it kind of makes it bad for the women who do have long, beautiful, natural hair, and they embrace their hair and they really, care for their hair and they style their hair in ways where they feel feminine and all the things. It makes it bad for those women because those women are then stereotyped by other races. Whenever they do wear their beautiful long hair, they're asked questions like, "Is that your hair?" or "Is that a wig or a weave?" But let's get into the next clips and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
So I was standing in line yesterday and the gentleman at the register when I walked up said, "Is that your real hair?" when I got to the register. And mind you, there's people in line, so we're all just wanting to pay for our stuff. And I was like, "Yes, it is." And he proceeds to say, "Well, push it back then." And I was like, "I'm sorry, push it back?" And he was like, "Push it back." He wanted me to show my roots and like pull up my bangs so he could see that it was my hair. And in the middle of me trying to check out and just buy my stuff, and the people behind me were like, "What?" What? I was genuinely shocked, and it just threw me off because I've honestly I've had some sideways things said to me about my hair, but I've never had anyone be like, "Push it back." Oh my god.
Hair is not a wig. Why don't you just admit that you're really wearing a wig? That still doesn't prove anything. Just because you're in the shower, it's glued on. Ma'am, there's nothing glued in my hair. Look at my scalp. There's nothing glued in my hair. You can clearly see there's nothing glued in my hair. I have nothing to lie about. This is not a wig. Let me get closer. Look at my hairline. Look, look. You can even see my roots growing in. There's no wig here, babes. There's no wig here. There's no wig. Like, please, just accept that black women can have long hair. Like, how are you going to tell a black woman her hair is a wig? Like, just because you don't think black women can have long hair, so now my hair is glued on, just admit it's a wig. Yeah, anyways.
So today, we had a new girl start, and she came back here, and she introduced herself to me. She's like, "Hey, I'm so-and-so, da-da-da-da-da." I'm like, "Hey, how you doing?" So she's like, "Oh my gosh, your hair looks so good. Who did the installation? Like, I want to book with them. It looks amazing." I'm like, "Thank you, but, this is my hair, actually." So, yeah. She's like, "What?" So, like, but her face gave, like, "Bitch, you're lying." So my hair was clipped back at the time, like, in a ponytail. So she pulls out her phone, cuts on her flashlight, and puts her flashlight in my scalp and starts putting her fingers in my scalp, like trying to find tracks or whatever. So I swatted her away, and I was like, "Bitch, have you lost your fucking mind? I don't know you from a can of paint, and you putting your fingers in my hair and in my scalp. You're crazy." And she's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I just never seen a black girl with white girl hair." I said, "No, you've never seen a black girl with black girl hair, because what is this narrative that black girls can't have long hair?" Like, hold that thought. I'm about to flex on you real quick. Thank you. Girl, you really lost your mind. Like, no, I'm sick of this narrative that black girls can't have long hair. It just really rubbed me the wrong way. And I was just like, don't ever say that again. And I really just wanted to say, don't ever talk to me again. But that wouldn't get my point across. Like, dead the narrative that black girls can't have long hair, because yes, we can. White people are not the only people that can grow long hair.
If y'all don't know, like, black women getting on my page and telling me that my natural hair that comes out of my scalp is a wig is very annoying, and it genuinely bothers the fuck out of me. I feel like it's always so easy to be like, well, it's because your hair is blonde. Like, you should have colored your hair blonde if you didn't want people to think that it was fake. And it's like, bro, not even 5% of people have naturally blonde hair, and y'all think that white people that have blonde hair are all naturally blonde. So it's not the color. Like, we got to stop that. I genuinely feel like if I was just like a little bit lighter, nobody would ever like question me about my hair. And this is my first time actually saying this publicly, because I've been trying not to have this conversation on my page. But the reality of the situation is that I'm just a little bit too dark for y'all to believe that I have healthy hair that some people would consider to be long. That's really what it is. Like, we can stop playing the game. If I was lighter than a brown paper bag, y'all would not question me. But because I am unambiguously black, it's this big ass question mark surrounding my hair. And before some doofus tells me that it's a compliment, imagine somebody saying like your speech is so good that they can't believe that you're black. That's literally what y'all tell me every time y'all say my hair looks so good you can't believe it's real. Like, shut up.
So as you can see here in these previous clips, you have so many beautiful black women who actually rock their hair, long, thick, natural, beautiful hair, but their hair is constantly being doubted, or they're constantly being asked questions like, is your hair real, or who did your installation, is that a sew-in, where can I purchase that wig? And they have this notion that black women can't grow hair. And I feel like it's really no fault of the other race to approach a black woman and say, is that your hair? When all they see is the wigs, the weaves, the sew-ins being worn by black women. So when you do have long hair, they're going to automatically assume it's fake. They're going to automatically assume it's fake. But that's not to say that we can't grow long hair, because we can. And I can attest to that because I have grown my hair out several times. I've cut my hair, I grew it back out. I cut my hair, I grew it back out. And I'll pop up a picture of when I cut my hair in an asymmetric cut and then I grew it out to waist length. And that's just one time that I did that. I have so many other times that I cut my hair and grew it out. So we can grow our hair long. And it's just sad that we have to prove that it's really our hair. If to me personally, I wouldn't be proving anything to nobody, because if you think it's fake, then you're going to just think it's fake. I know what I know about my hair. You understand? But I can see why these women really had to go to the extent of actually just proving it. And to me, I've been approached by people before asking me, is that my hair? Many a times when I went to salons, I used to go to a Dominican salon when I was relaxed. And I had people in there, asking my stylist, is that really my hair, in Spanish and stuff like that, because they just couldn't believe it. And asking her, am I mixed, or am I black, or am I Dominican, because of the length of my hair. But I feel like it all comes from black women just preferring to wear weaves and wigs. And it's okay. If you want to wear a wig, you want to wear a weave, that's fine. But when you rely on it so much and you have so many people relying on it, it is hard for those women who do wear their hair and their hair is long and it does mimics another race texture of hair. Like the last girl with the blonde hair. She colored her hair blonde. That's her real natural hair. And you could tell she has a nice texture of hair. Automatically, you're going to assume that's a wig when you see it. But it's not. So y'all get down in the comment section and y'all let me know what y'all think. I really want to hear from y'all. Have y'all ever been approached by anybody asking you, is that your hair? Or is it a wig? Is it a weave? How do you feel when you wear your natural hair? Do you feel unattractive? Do you feel masculine? Just let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy videos like this, I ask that you please subscribe, give it a thumbs up, turn on your notification bell so you'll be notified when I drop the next commentary response. And yeah, be blessed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.